There was a time when he thought the world had already made its final decision about him, that he was finished, that he had no future, no fight left, no place left to stand. He would wake up and feel nothing. No hunger, no desire, no direction. Just the weight, the unbearable, silent weight of disappointment, pressing into his chest like a stone he could never move. He didn't always feel this way. There was a time he had dreams. He had fire. He had that youthful arrogance that maybe, just maybe, he could be something. But life doesn't ask what you're ready for. It throws punches without warning. And when the first one landed, he told himself he could take it. Then came the second, then the third. And somewhere between trying to survive and trying to breathe, he stopped fighting. He started existing. He was surrounded, but alone, smiling. Faces around him, but none that truly saw him. He laughed at jokes he didn't find funny, listened to advice from people who never felt the kind of pain that kept him up every night. His mind? A battlefield. His heart? A graveyard of unspoken pain. And the worst part? No one knew, because he was the strong one, the silent one, the one who never asked for help, the one everyone leaned on while he silently broke, piece by piece. There were nights he'd stare at the ceiling, wondering, is this it? Is this all life has for me? No answer ever came. Just silence. Silence, and that voice inside, that whispered, "You're done." He believed it. He believed he had no purpose, that nothing he did mattered, that no one would care if he disappeared. And then something happened, not a miracle, not a lightning bolt, just a moment, one small moment, one quiet shift. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't loud, but it was real. He looked at himself in the mirror, not just his face, but his soul, and asked the hardest question of all. What if this isn't how the story ends? See, that's the thing about pain. It blinds you. It convinces you that this chapter is the whole book. But every man who's ever made it out of the fire, he knows this truth. You don't grow when life is kind. You grow when it tries to kill you and you refuse to die. He started small. Not with motivation. That's a lie. Motivation doesn't save you. Discipline does. One push-up, one walk, one cold shower. One small victory at a time. And the voice inside that once said, "You're done?" It started to weaken. Because pain may be loud, but so is progress. He didn't become a different man overnight. No, he had to crawl through every broken thought, every memory that made his fists clench, every moment that tried to drown him. But he crawled anyway. And somewhere in that crawling, he became dangerous again. Not violent, not reckless. Dangerous. Because the most dangerous man in the room isn't the loudest. It's the one who's already faced death, the death of his dreams, of his identity, of everything he once believed in and decided to rebuild anyway. That man cannot be stopped. People around him started to notice, not because he talked about change, but because he embodied it. He walked differently. He looked you in the eye. He didn't explain himself anymore. He didn't chase validation. He became solid, grounded, untouchable dot in the very same world that once ignored him. It started watching the same people who doubted him. They started asking for his advice. Funny how life works. When you finally stop begging it to love you, it starts to. But this isn't about revenge or proving anyone wrong, Dot. It's about becoming the man you were always meant to be. Before the world convinced you to settle, he no longer feared being alone. He had become his own army. He had seen what rock bottom looked like, and now he stood taller because of it. And here's the part you need to hear. If you're listening to this, and you're still breathing, then life is not done with you yet. I don't care how many times you failed. I don't care how many people walked away. I don't care how loud the voice in your head is telling you to quit. You are not finished. You are not broken beyond repair, and you are not alone. What you are feeling right now, that emptiness, that numbness, that hollow ache, it's not weakness. It's not proof that you're lost. It's proof that you're still here, still standing, still fighting, even if all you've done today is survive. You think no one understands? You're wrong. There are men out there, like you, who've felt it, who've tasted that darkness, who've stared into the void and whispered, "Is there more than this?" And there is. God, there is. But you don't find it by running, or hiding, or waiting for someone to save you. You find it when you stand up, even when your legs shake, even when your chest is heavy, even when your hope is gone. Because standing up, when everything in you says stay down, that is where the fire begins. And that fire? It's yours now. He was ready to quit on life, but life wasn't done with him yet, Dot. It still had more to teach him, more to show him, more battles to throw at him, not to break him, but to build him. It still had a purpose, and it was hidden behind every moment he thought was meaningless. He started to realize that every betrayal was a lesson, every heartbreak a filter, every failure a redirection. He saw it clearly now. Nothing was wasted. He was never being buried. He was being planted, Dot, and now he grows in silence. He builds in shadows. He rises without warning, because the world won't see him coming, but it will never forget he came. This speech, it's not about some perfect man who figured it all out. It's about the broken man who refused to stay broken. The man who had every reason to give up, but chose not to. The man who faced hell and came back swinging. And that man can be you. If you're in the dark right now, stop waiting for someone to turn on the light. Become the fire. Burn so bright that the world finally sees what it tried to ignore. He was ready to quit, but not anymore. Now he walks like a man who's seen death and laughed back. He lives like every breath is a second chance. He moves with quiet confidence because he knows the man who survived the war inside him is more powerful than anything outside of him. So if you feel broken, lost, forgotten, good, that's your beginning. Now, rise, because life isn't done with you yet.